Not sure if you can see how much that's moving. Hey guys and gals, it's Mr. Know-It-All here, and I've got to share something with you on this beautiful Pensacola day. Alright, here's what we've got. We've got a post for the handrail, as you see down through here. And you see up here. Not sure if you can see how much that's moving. Not good. So we've got to fix this. Problem is, they've got nails in it and they put screws in to try to stiffen it up. It doesn't work. You have to use dowels. We're going to cut these at 6 inches long and drill on an angle down into the flooring, and maybe there's a floor joist there. We'll catch, or something, be lucky enough to hit that, but the floor will do it. It's usually 3/4 inch OSB. So we're going to cut those at 6 inches long, and you can use your PVC cutter. This is made for plastic, but it works really well. We're going to go down with a blade bit at about that angle, somewhere in that range. But the problem is the nails are in here and the screws. Now I could try to take the railing off and take it apart with the screws and stuff up here, but I'm not going to do that because I don't know how they've got it attached. This is Moxnix right here. Anybody tells me what Moxnix means wins, will be the winner. We want to repaint all this white, but we gotta fix this mess here first with it wiggling around. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a new bracket, handrail bracket on somewhere in there, and all I had to do is grab my Mr. Know-It-All finder, stud finder, and hold it here, and maybe there's a 2x6 or 2x8 running across this way, which I gotta believe there is. It could be studded as well, most likely. Who knows what's back behind there. But we're going to see if there's wood here where I want to screw that to. So I just hold that down. I'll do it this way. I hold that down till the red light goes out. The minute the red light comes on, about right there. So we're about right here. Our bracket is going to come down perfect, and I know I want to be right there. That's going to help stiffen this up, even though it moves down on this one, and I can show you how to tighten that up if you have to. All you have to do is take these two screws out, drop it down, put a little piece of cardboard in there or a little bit of electrical tape in the loop so nobody can see it, tighten it back up, and it'll lock right back down on top of there. So this is the first thing we're going to put on. Definitely hit some wood there. Even Mr. Know-It-All makes mistakes. Not very often. Got the wrong screw in there. We got lucky that there was wood there. Now, you can do a pilot hole in there if you want so that it'll start, but I'm not going to do that. I know my hand's blocking the view here, but I gotta get it. I do not like Phillips head. Torx is all I use anymore, but these came this way. So a pilot in hardwood, because this is hardwood, a pilot 1/8 inch pilot hole or a 1/16 inch pilot hole would probably work real good. Then it wouldn't jump like that. But you got to put your shoulder into it when you're using Phillips most of the time. That stiffened it up pretty good.
Yeah, it's not wiggling at all.
It's better than it was. And of course this bottom one's the one that's loose. So. Alright, so scenario we have here, it's a cluster, as I said, it's a Mox Next. It doesn't move this way, it moves this way. It doesn't really matter which side I put the dowels on. The biggest problem I'm going to have is running into these nails. So we can start the hole with the blade bit. Now this poplar pit doweling that I'm using right here is a 1/2 inch. So we're going to start the 1/2 inch hole about right there. Now we can do just 1, 1, 1, and 1. And that will probably be pretty good because we stiffened it up a lot just by putting that handrail bracket on right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down about this far because I know I'm going to then run into this rig right here or these nails. When they built the house back in 1514, before Columbus sailed, they used these nails, and that's just not enough for something that people are grabbing every time they go down. And there were older folks that lived here, so I know they were using the handrail to keep from going A over tea kettle down at the bottom of the stairs and being all cattywampus when they get done. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to drill it as far as we can go there, try to get the right angle. I don't really want to drill through my other pins that I put in there, but if I do, it's not a big deal, but I think I can try to avoid it. It's pretty much your choice of where you're going to put these, but this method will stiffen this up like you would not believe. As I said, if I tighten that one up down there at the bottom with a piece of cardboard in it or a piece of black tape, it will definitely help even more because it's chucking down there. Once we get near to hitting those screws or the nail, we're going to come in with a 1/2 inch drill bit, and that will cut through anything that's in here that it may hit. And if once I cut through that, I can get this even deeper into the flooring. So I marked it here because, like I said, we're going to paint this, all this stuff. So I'm thinking for ease, I'm going to do 1 in the center on each side. So that should really help it a lot, way better than it was before. I can start it on an angle like that and then tip it up and do my cut. So once I hear a ticking, I know I'm going to be hitting these right here. And this one, that's snapped off already in there, so somebody really tried to stiffen that thing up by putting these stupid Phillips head screws in. If you're going to do the screw method, countersink it and use ledger bolts with a socket head on them. I'll have those in the... Hoolio, tell everybody where all the tools are located.
Buscar en el show más de la descripción de video para todas las herramientas.
Thank you, Hoolio, Cesar Chavez, Rodriguez, Jorge Johnson, Clint Eastwood, Alex Guzman, Silver Grizzly. He's got a lot of names. All right. And he's back from vacation. Now, I might get lucky and not hit those because it looks like the angle those screws and nails on are really steep, so they may go into the floor pretty quickly. But they got them all the way around it. All right, I hit one of them. It's hitting those screws and nails and everything else in there. See the metal shavings that are coming out there? I don't know if you can see those, but we're hitting it pretty good. How about if you turn the drill the right way, Mr. Know Everything? Alright, they obviously set it on carpet. Alright, we've got a screw or a nail or something down below, so we're going to have to get a longer drill bit. That we got to go deeper than that. We got to go that much more. We're going to pause for a second. I'm going to go get a longer drill bit. GoPro, stop recording. Alright, I'm going to take this bracket off right here. Then I'm going to put little pieces of black tape in the center so they don't hang out. And if it's not enough, you just add a few more.
Can you show them yet? There you go.
There. That helped tremendously. It's rock solid down there now. And it really helped the upper part. So what I did was, I grabbed a really long drill bit compared to that one. Alright, I drilled through the ceiling in the living room. I'm just kidding. Alright, now our dowel will go down in there. And all I have to do is a little tappy tap with my grandfather's hammer. He had this and gave it to me, and I keep it for just that reason. So all I have to do is tap that in. And I'll do the rest of them and then show you what it looks like. But I'll show you how you flush off the dowel if you have to. Take my construction glue. So take my dowel, I've got some glue on my hand here, and I'm just going to coat the dowel. You don't have to do this, but I find if I get it on the dowel good, I really want the glue to do a good job down in there. So I put that in. Alright, so we're going to wipe up the glue. It's down in there good. And man, it's already stiffened it up with just one. And then I'm going to take these out and see if I can get some of them out with the stupid Phillips. Phillips is ancient. Don't use it. Use Torx. It snaps right off. Yeah. If these didn't snap off down in there, I would use a nail set, but I'm actually going to use a punch to punch down any nails that are sticking up, and then I'll fill them with wood putty. Like that. So they're down below the surface. Looking good so far. Now I take my oscillating tool and all I do is sand that down flush. Now I can sand that a little bit more. I feel it just a little bit. Smooth as a baby's butt. Now when we paint that, you'll never see that. The glue hasn't even set. Barely wiggle it at all. So by the time I put the other 3 in or 2 in, it'll be good to go. It's a Moxnick situation, but like I said, if I break these screws heads off and they're above ground, I'm just going to take my nail set, like this one right here. I'm going to take my nail set and drive them down in there. And I might be able to get a pair of vice grips on that, but I don't know, it's pretty messed up. But I'll just drive them in like this one, down below the surface. Make a hole and you can fill it. Now that screw broke off, as we know. And then we'll take this one out. I think that'll come out. And that's the one we cut. You see it's half round. We drilled right through that. But those aren't even really good wood screws. This is beyond Moxniks. Make sure you send your comment, what is Moxniks, and you'll be the winner. All right, we got it done. I want to share with you what we actually ended up with. Look at this. There's hardly any shake to it, and I'm really torquing on it. It really stiffened it up, and we only had to put 2 dowels in it. Another way to make your railing really tight is to make sure your spindles are in tight and they don't have any slop to them. And I'll share a video on that as well, so keep track of what we got going on here. But this is the finished situation. That baby is as smooth as can be, and as I said, we're painting this white. If we were going to restain it, we could do that as well. But this one here came out really good, and it is tight. There's no wiggle to that. And with the new bracket that we put on right here, that helped a lot. But just pinning it to the floor with construction glue, lots of glue. Now if you drive that too deep, you can actually use buttons. They make them all different sizes. And then you have the buttons. It looks like a button if you wanted it, you know, protruding out like that. Solid, it's not going anywhere, and the railing is night and day difference. Mr. Know-It-All, out.